It's time for the Recruiting Spotlight, sponsored by My Recruits and Coach Perot.
The next player we're going to highlight is Jaden Kalinowski, a wide receiver from Mountain View High School who plans to graduate a year from now in the spring of 2023. He stands at 5'9" and weighs 140 pounds, and he most notably helped Mountain View reach an 8-3 record this past fall. And as a true slot receiver, he has a very specific game style or a unique way he plays the game. Coach Perone said he's an unbelievable possession receiver who gets great separation. I had the chance to go back and watch a ton of film on Kalinowski and really break down what makes him such a good slot receiver, such a great possession receiver, all these things he's been described as in the past, and really just get to the root of all this. And it all begins with his feet. He has super quick feet that allows him to make a quick break on his routes and really just create a lot of space, whether it's in shallow routes or deeper routes, specifically in the short to medium range. He can build up a lot of separation really, really quick just based on his great footwork. And that footwork is a huge part of why he's such a great route runner. But moving on, he also has great hands. Although he is under 5'10", he has really strong hands for his size, and he'll go up and catch the ball in aggressive situations over bigger defensive backs, which is pretty rare. A lot of people at that size and at the position of slot receiver can get a little bit timid, but Kalinowski never shows fear or a tendency to be timid or anything like that. In fact, he's a pretty aggressive slot receiver, and he throws some pretty nasty blocks. That was a huge part of his film, was in the run game. By the way, in the run game, he's very dynamic as well. He ran a lot of jet sweeps, took some reverses to the house this past year for Mountain View. But on the blocking side of things, he will throw some blocks at 5'9" and block downfield. And that really is just a coach's dream. Yes, obviously they want their receivers to have the biggest impact possible in the passing game. But if they can block, that's just a huge bonus. And for a slot receiver, that is super rare, but Kalinowski checks that box. And with that being said, talk a little bit more about physicality and that type of thing. He was a little bit of a deep threat on the outside this past season at Mountain View. He beat a couple defensive backs deep and made some really big plays on the outside. That can be a little bit more difficult to transition to the college level. But as far as his route running, his feet, his hands, his blocking, the effort he shows on that, the effort to go up and make contested catches and against athletes who are bigger than him, that is all relatable and transitionable to the college level. But obviously it's always going to be an uphill battle if you're under 5'10" and trying to get looks. But Kalinowski does have the skill set to be able to get those eyeballs, and he's going to have a lot to prove next season if he keeps it up.